issue.
Oh, okay. So who are some of the people here? Who's who?
I don't know. Ask these girls actually. They're on sale, so they can tell you all about it.
Okay. She's pulling you guys over. Come on over. Okay.
Let's go talk to the camera.
So since you guys invited me, tell me about SF Magazine. What's happening here?
A lot of exciting.
Yeah.
This is a party to celebrate our October issue, which has a wonderful feature story on Oakland.
It does, yeah.
And which is very well deserved and a long time in coming. So.
Do you guys have an office here now, or?
On the East Bay?
Yeah.
No, we're located in San Francisco.
Okay. Whose idea was to have the article? When did it happen? You know?
Well, that comes out of our edit team. They make the decisions.
Yeah.
I think, truthfully, a lot of it came because several of our editors live in Oakland and the East Bay, and really felt that it's such an emerging area that it would be wonderful to focus a little bit, put a little bit of attention on not just the obvious things, but some of the more underlying issues revolving around Oakland.
Yeah, you guys did a great job with it.
So thank you. We're really proud of it. So please enjoy.
Cool.
And have some drinks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So all these people are just guests on the mat, including me.
Most of them are guests. Yes.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks. All right, cool. Tell me the story about that.
The dog?
Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
Well, she was just a stray in the Home Depot in West Oakland, and happened to be in the gardening department the day she was there, and she's just a sweet little dog. She looks like a little black fox.
Is there a picture of her around here?
There is a picture in the other room just above. Yeah, you'll have to check it out.
So how did you guys come to name it after the dog? It just like...
Well, the funny thing is we wanted a small little wine bar, and then we found this location at West Grand and Broadway, and it was such an amazing location. It used to be the old Hofbrau, and when we walked in here, we were like, oh, this is a great place, but it's not a wine bar. So, we had recently been to France and Belgium and like really enjoyed the beer and food experience there, and so that's what we tried to do here.
And then the dog just sort of came up.
Well,
Thanks.
It seemed to work.
Yeah, it works pretty well. I think so, yeah.
So, all right.
I'm Elisa Gallo, and I'm the Business Development Services Manager for the city. And my unit is involved in business development services for attracting, retaining, and expanding businesses in office, retail, industrial, also green business industry. So we work quite a bit with making sure that our existing businesses can expand and we can bring in new business to Oakland.
Is there a phone number?
And my phone number to be reached for services is 238-7405. That's my line, and I'm willing to refer you directly to the right person.
What's your name?
Tammy Jackson.
Tell me about Carol Williams Advertising.
Well, it's a wonderful advertising agency that is African American, female owned, of course. It is focused on advertising to African Americans, and we see things through the eyes of African Americans. So it's not just a matter of casting a black person in an ad, but it's about really getting inside the heart and soul of Black America and bringing that out into our advertising.
You got a website?
Do we have a website? Yes, carolhwilliams.com.
Excellent. Betty and Carol, right?
Shannon.
Betty and Shannon, yeah. Hey, tell me about Market Square.
So Market Square is on the corner of 8th and 9th, Clay and Jefferson. We encompass the whole block. It used to be the old Housewives Market.
Yeah.
There's 202 homes, and one of the fascinating things about our project is we have some really nice live-work lofts, and so we're going to have some of the different businesses going in.
You got a loft for this guy?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Standing in the way of the food, you know.
Oh, come on, Bob. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, it'll be great. We started selling phase 2 in May, and so we've sold 17 homes so far. And so we start our closings by the end of the year, and we're really excited about it.
Excellent. And you're a sales part, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was great, see? That was great, see?
I'm going to introduce Bruce Kelly, who's on my right. He's the editor of the magazine, and he and his staff are responsible for the wonderful article in this month's issue. But before I do, I want to say just 2 or 3 things. First of all, I want to thank Luka's Taproom Rick and Maria for inviting us. Thank you so much. This was lovely. And also our friends at JC Cellars for bringing in some of their special wine. You should definitely try it. That's the whole reason we're here, of course, is to eat and drink and pretend we're celebrating the magazine. Many things. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't seen this beautiful new issue, there's copies for you going out the door. I feel very privileged to be part of a magazine that's run by such a smart guy as Bruce Kelly. There are a couple things I don't like about him. First of all, he's much taller than I am. Yeah, exactly. So when you come to this kind of event, I look even shorter than I really am because I'm 6'7", but he's 7'4", and it distorts things. But the other thing about Bruce, you know, as anybody who's a boss here knows, the best thing you can do is hire someone much smarter than you, and then let them do what they say they're going to do, and then make sure they do that. And Bruce came to me and he said, "Listen, we're going to do this issue on Oakland," and I said, Oakland. I want to sell magazines. I want people to read magazines. Do something interesting, you know? And he said, "You don't know nothing," which is true. And he says, "Watch out, this is going to be a great piece because we're going to do the kind of journalism that we try to do, which is to help the Bay Area find out what they don't know," which is and that's what this issue is about. So, and Bruce is going to tell you a tiny bit about it and to welcome you all, but on behalf of San Francisco Magazine, which will next month be called Oakland West, I just want to say thank you all for coming here. Thank you for your involvement in the revitalization of what is really a tremendous community, and I look forward to the sequel issue in 5 years, which is going to say, Oakland, has it grown too far, too fast? How do we stop this runaway cultural behemoth? All right. Speaking of behemoths, here's Bruce.
I don't have much to add to that. But I would like to also thank Rick and the gang here. My passion for Oakland is a personal one, is a long-standing one. But I always kind of felt chicken to express that in the pages of the magazine. We are San Francisco Magazine. There's people all over the Bay Area who could give a flying whatever about Oakland, so I had to, you know, figure out how I could express my own love for this place in the pages. And what happened was, about 3 years ago, Susan and I, my wife who's here, came, and this place had been open a few months, and we came in and Saturday night, and the place was just rolling. And it was pretty late. The dinner crowd had emptied. Now it was a bar crowd. It was a bar crowd that just hit my spot. It wasn't too hipster. It wasn't too much of anything. It was a little bit of everything. And I felt comfortable as a middle-aged man.
He means white guy, middle-aged white guy. And the reason why I'm breaking in at this point to make that point is this. Oakland is known for diversity. It's not known for segregation. It's not known for the races not getting along. In fact, a famous book was written in 1968 called Oakland is Not for Burning, because the author couldn't figure out why, with all the riots going on, the Watts riots and all of the related activity around the civil rights movement, he couldn't figure out why African Americans in Oakland weren't revolting. Because of our unique cultural design. It prizes diversity, it always has. So what San Francisco Magazine has to understand, I think that they're getting it and they're going to get it as time goes on, is that Oakland is not like San Francisco. It's not heavily segregated. People well mix here. We have our problems, but they're minor compared to a lot of cities around the world, and we're proud of it. So when you come here, you've got to be ready to mix, not afraid to mix, and be yourself. Oakland is not for burning. Now back to the party.
And anyway, I was like, this is the Oakland that I have kind of always fantasized would take off downtown, and purely personal, not thinking about social issues or any of that, just where I want to hang. So that started me thinking about it, and then my staff, but I still was checking, and then my staff started saying, "Oh yeah, we went to Oakland last night and really rolling." And so there was just sort of a lot of pressure coming from people who are reporting on and trying to live a cool life in the Bay Area. And so then I said, oh yeah, well, we're going to do a special issue on the East Bay. And they said, that's chicken. You know, Berkeley, everybody knows about Berkeley. Berkeley's got 4th Street. It's already sold, man. It's done. And so they just beat me up and said, you know, let's do it on Oakland. So that's where the roots come. The practicalities are that when you start off on something like this, you know, you don't really know enough. And we had no editors who, you know, this was their beat. So we kind of had to learn it. So as you read it, you're going to see us stumbling a little bit when you know the city, because we are outsiders at some level. Some of the staff lives in Oakland. 3 or 4 of the editors. I live there. I lived in Rockridge for 10 years. But as we said, this isn't about Rockridge. We all know about Rockridge. And so we just dove in. And the person who was in charge of the diving in, who I want to thank, is Ann McNear, who I don't see.
You're shorter than I am.
Very cute. So she's the executive editor of the magazine, and she lives, you know, in Castro, and didn't know a ton about it, and she just dove in and learned a lot and met a lot of people here. And then there were many writers who participated, and many photographers who came over and got some great photography. So that's how it all came to be. In terms of like what our plans are for reporting on the city on a consistent basis, which several people have asked, my answer is, I view it as a part of our beat on the lifestyle end. You know, a new restaurant opens up, we're going to cover it. You know, a new club opens up, you know, a new farmer's market who could give a flying whatever.